Hi there. Today we're going to discuss independent practice number 1 through 9, page 155, sales tax tips and markup. I just want to let you know that there are two methods for this strategy. I'm going to show both methods. I'm going to alternate between one or the other just so that you can see both of them. So I'm going to do method 1 with this one. Okay, so you have 58% bill, 20% tip. So you're going to find the percentage of the bill. So just before we begin, 20% equals 20 over 100, and that equals 0 0.2. So I'm going to multiply 58 times 0 0.2, and that equals $11.60. That is my tip. Okay, now the last step you have to do is add. So we're going to do $58 plus $11.60. That's going to equal $69.60. All right, don't forget money is two decimal places. All right, I'm going to do method 2 for the next one. All right, so how you do that is you add the percentage to 100. So 100% plus 18%, that equals 118%. Now, um, converting that to a decimal, that's 1.18. So now all you have to do now is 1.18 times our $43. That's going to equal $50.74. Again, so the only difference is you're finding the percentage and then you're adding it at the end. Here you're adding the percentage to 100 and then you just multiply it. So either way works. I prefer method 2, but either way works. Okay, so number 3, I'm going to do method 1 for this one. So we have 7%. Don't forget to turn that into a decimal. So we've got 1500 times 0.07. That's going to equal $105. So again, that is your tax. And then you just want to add that to your 1500. So 1500 plus 105, that's going to equal 1605. Okay, here's our next one. I'm going to use method 2 with this one. So this is your tax. So I'm going to say 100% plus 2.9% equals 102.9%. Again, we're going to take that and divide it by 100 to make it a decimal, and we get 1.029. So now we're going to multiply that $46 times the 1.029. Okay, and this is going to equal 47.334. And remember, we have to round to two decimal places because money is two decimal places. So it stops here. The 4 makes the 3 stay the same, so it's $47.33. All right, here's example number 4. Oh, no, I'm sorry, 5. Again, I'm going to use method 1 for this one. Okay, it says a restaurant bill comes to $28.35. Find the total cost of the tax is 6.25%, and the 20% tip is left on the amount before tax. So this is really important. When it says before, that means you can add the tax and the tip at the same time. So we would have the 6.25 plus the 20%, and that equals 26.25%. Okay. Again, let's turn that into a decimal. And that's going to equal, what am I, 0.2625 as your decimal. So let's go ahead and multiply your 28.35 times the 0.2625, and that actually equals 7.441875. Okay, that is your tax and tip. but we don't want to leave it like that. We have to make sure we round it. It's supposed to stop at the 4. The 1 makes it stay the same. So that's about $7.44. Last step we have to do is add. Okay. We're going to add 28.35 plus our $7.44, and that's going to equal our 35.79. Alrighty. All right, let's go ahead to number 6. Toru takes his dog to be groomed. The fee to groom the dog is $75 plus 6.75% tax. Is $80 enough to pay for the service? So I'm going to use method 2 for this one. So we're going to take 100% and add it to our 6.75%. That's going to equal 106.75%. Okay, let's go ahead and turn that into a decimal. So 106.75 over 100, that equals 1.0675. That's a one-shot deal. We just multiply this 1.0675 times our 75. Okay, and now we get 80.0625. Remember, we have to make sure that we round to 2 decimal places. So the 2 makes the 6 stay the same. So it's about $80.06. So the question is $80 enough? The answer is no. Right? Okay. Find the selling price of a $270 bicycle with a 24% markup. I'm going to use method 1 for this one. So we want to say, first, let's convert our 24% into a decimal. Okay, so now we're going to multiply 270 times 0.24. That's going to equal $64.80. Okay, last step that we have to do is add. So we're going to add 270 plus our 64.80, and that's how we got our $334.80. Like, I know when you add it in the calculator, it says 334.8, but just remember, money is 2 decimal places, and you have to fill in the zeros. All right, last one I'm going to do with method 2. You have a 45% markup, so let's take our 100%, add it to our 45%. That's 145% that you're paying. Okay, so let's go ahead and make this into a decimal. So 1.45 times our 450, that equals $652.5, but again, we want to make 2 decimal places for money, and that's it. Here's our last example. What is the sale tax on the chair shown and if the tax rate is 5.75? So this one's a pretty good one. You have to read a little bit because they only want the sales tax. They don't want the total amount. So the original price is $178.90 or $178.90. So let's go ahead and turn this first into a decimal. That means 5.75 divided by 100, and that equals 0.0575. So let's multiply this, and we get 10.28675. Again, money is 2 decimal places, so we have to stop at the 8. The 6 makes the 8 go up. So our tax, what you're paying extra, is $10.29. All right, thanks for watching.